Hey gamers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Ashnava Gaming and welcome to the Witcher 2 decision checklist video. In this video, we are going to check out each and every Witcher decisions that we have taken, and we are also going to take a look at what are the consequences that were there and what were the another consequences that would have happened if we would have chosen a different approach. So okay, I hope that you guys are excited. I'm actually very excited for this. Let's say The Witcher 2 decision checklist. Do you really wish to know? Spoilers from the books and or adaptations to follow. One more thing guys, if you haven't watched the entire series, then that is actually a really bad thing. I will not recommend that. Go to the playlist section. There is a playlist of The Witcher 2 Assassin of King's Enhanced Edition. The series is completed, so you guys can watch it. And let's just go for this. This page covers the decisions you have to make during The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings and the way impact the future for the story. Once again, I'm checking out the article of Fandom. The link will be down in the description. For the decision checklist for the original games is the Witcher decision checklist and all. We for the third game, the Witcher 3 decision checklist. So these are the decisions that we were taken. Let's say prologue. Help new boy. Talk new boy into wearing his armor or let him assault the castle wearing the magical amulet. Now, this is a very minor decision. It doesn't affect your story that much. You might remember we are in the prologue, right? The prologue. So you might remember, guys, that when we were exiting the very first episode, not first episode, but check second episode. In second episode, when we were actually exiting from our own tent and we saw new boy over there, we met three, I think, dragon reavers, or they were called Crinfrid reavers. They are dragon slayers, and in out of the three Crinfrid reavers, the third one was goes by the name New Boy, and he had that magical amulet that they got from the Melitele statue from somewhere. And the New Boy used to think that this magical amulet will save me. It will not bring bad omen to me. That means that the New Boy will not die. And while we were there, the decision that I took, I told New Boy, I told to him that bro, this magical amulet is doing nothing. It might bring bad omen, but it is not going to do anything. You can say beneficial for you. So I told him that, bro, just throw this magical amulet, do something with it, keep it with you, but wear an armor. He was literally going to go with a t-shirt on. So that is actually really difficult. You are going against a war again. You are going into a war against so many soldiers, battle hardened soldiers. They've got armor on them, and you are fighting with just your t-shirt on. So that's not going to work. That was my decision. Now let's say, if you manage to persuade him and to give you the amulet, he survives the battle and helps you during the escape by distracting the guards. He thanks you for saving his life and gives you a tome about dragons. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, that happened. That was my decision. When we were escaping from the Lavalette castle, when we were escaping the prison and we were going to meet Vernon Roach outside, we ran into New Boy and he believed us that we did not kill Foltest. And he told us that you wait here and I will distract the guards. So he literally distracted the guards and then we sneaked out. If you tell him you are not sure about the effects of the amulet, he will survive as well. Okay. But he will not give you the amulet and you will need to kill him later in order to obtain the amulet. So if I'm not sure that the amulet is really going to work, there is just a minor. He will survive anyway, but I have to kill him to get that amulet. Besides, that amulet does nothing apart from, it just does nothing. There is just a girl. I forgot her name. She's an alchemist. She lives in Flotsam, I think, in the Lobendon area, and she has got quite an interest in that amulet. So you can sell her. Nothing else. If he goes into battle in his underwear only, hoping the amulet will protect him, he dies, and he can loot his corpse for the amulet later. Okay, so he will die definitely if he goes into the battle. Okay, so this was from the quest Melitele's. Now let's go. Aryan Lavalette. Kill Aryan Lavalette or force him to surrender. Yeah. So in this choice, in this one, I chose to kill Aryan Lavalette. I was fighting alongside against him, and only him. The other soldiers surrendered when he died. Aryan Lavalette died. Although that was not my intention, but he wanted to fight, so I just fought with him. So let's say if you kill him, you will later encounter Mary Louisa Lavalette, his mother. It is hinted that the Lavalettes may fall under the influence of Nilfgaard. That's happened. We killed him. And then we were escaping from the prison in the Lavalette castle. We saw that Louisa Lavalette was actually going to get tortured by an executioner who was actually going to force her to sign a contract that not Aryan, sorry, Boozy and Anais Lavalette are, I think, her children, her and Aryan children, not her and Foltest children. And that was also under the influence of Nilfgaard, I think, because when we killed the executioner and we freed Mary Louisa Lavalette, Chiliad Fitz Osterin, along with two Nilfgaardian soldiers, just came in. If you kill him along with two other opponents later in the game, you will be awarded the executioner character attribute. Okay, so that's a minor thing. I mean, you will be awarded with something. If he lives, you encounter him later in the dungeons. Oh, that's something. So if Aryan Lavalette survives, if I let him live, then I will encounter him later in the dungeon. The Lavalette house remains respected in Temeria. You will see him in chapter 3 as well. Oh, so in chapter 3, that means the Loch Muin chapter, we might find him again. If you aid in his escape, you will be awarded the strong back character attribute. Okay. So he also gets arrested in the dungeons. Why is that? I don't understand that. Oh, okay. Foltest took over the entire Lavalette. Okay. So Temerian soldiers arrested him along with Mary Louisa Lavalette. Yeah, I get it. Interrogation. Cooperate with Roach after you have told him the story or not. Most of the dialogue choices lead simply towards Roach giving you the keys to your chains. Oh, okay. You might remember that it all started when Vernon Roach started interrogating us. That was the beginning. That was very beginning, where Vernon Roach wants us to tell him a lot about what happened, and we have to be cooperative with him. So either we cooperate with Roach or not. After I have told him the story. Most of the dialogue choices lead simply towards Roach giving you the keys to your chains. Yeah, at the end, Roach trusts. He takes a really big risk. He trusts that we are not the Kingslayer. Actually, in the entire Temeria, he is the only one who does it, and he gives us the keys to the chains. It's a bit ironic, but the less you cooperate, the more information he gives you. Really? Example: the story of King Damawin's death. However, do not pull the string too much, because if you try to attack Roach, Wes will appear and shoot you with a crossbow, resulting in your immediate death. Okay, hold on a minute. So the less we cooperate, the more information we are going to get from his mouth. That's something. But we do not need to attack him, which is actually understandable. Okay. Dungeons, Aryan. If Aryan lives, encounter him near his cell or in the torture chamber. So this choice is connected with this choice. If I does not kill Aryan Lavalette, if he lives, then what? If Aryan lives, encounter him near his cell or in the torture chamber. If you find him in the torture chamber, he's just being tortured to sign a confession that the royal children are actually his children conceived in an incestuous relationship with his mother. Oh, okay. But that was the same thing happening with Mary Louisa Lavalette. Oh, okay. Here. So if I kill Aryan, I will encounter Mary Louisa Lavalette. If I save Aryan, then I will encounter Aryan Lavalette. Okay. That the royal children, yeah. You help him escape, he shows you a secret passage, and he blows the entire castle up. Carrying him to safety gives you the strong back achievement. Plus 50 carrying capacity. Okay. If you find him near his cell, the confession is already signed, and you see him escape from the guards. You help him, he shows you a secret passage and blows the castle up. Carrying him to safety gives you the strong back. So there is not much difference. The only difference in these two consequences is that if I find him in the torture chamber, the confession is not yet signed. He's just being tortured to sign the confession. But if I find him in the near his cell, then the confession has already been signed. Okay, there is not much difference. Mary Louisa. Now this occurs. These two decisions that we have got over here are actually linked with this one decision. So if Aryan Lavalette dies, then I will encounter Louisa Lavalette near to those two places, either in her cell, near her cell, or the torture chamber. If you find her in the torture chamber, she is just being tortured to sign a confession that the royal children were actually conceived in an incestuous relationship with her son Aryan. Yeah, that was what happening. You help her escape, but shortly after that, Ambassador Shiliard Fitz-Austin intervenes. Yeah, that happened. He literally came into that room. He takes the Baroness under his protection and helps you escape through the main gate. The castle remains intact. If you find her near the cell, she has already signed the confession and is being led away by the ambassador. You encounter them later. She persuades the ambassador to let you escape through the main gate. The castle remains intact. Okay. So the difference between these two, if Aryan lives, the castle is going to blow up regardless of what I am going to where I am going to find him. If Mary Louise Lavalette, I find her, regardless of where I am going to find her, the castle will remain intact. Alright. Okay, so that was the prologue. Now let's go for chapter 1. Vizim, an alchemist. He asks you to participate in long-term research concerning mutations. You can either choose to drink his potion or to tell him you're not interested. Vizim, an alchemist? You mean that guy? Wait, hold on, man. Path with Trust, Truthable. You're a sword at the crossroads. Hero or Avenger. No. Okay, it's not this one. Okay, so this Vizim, an alchemist might be the alchemist who was selling Festex formula. I think either him or the Salamandra's remnant member that you find under the bridge next to where the port is, where the Temerian ship is. One of them, right? So he asked me to participate in his long-term research. Oh, I get it. No, they are not either. No. I think these alchemists are actually these two. You might remember the reading episode where we were actually going for the book reading. There were two researchers who were standing right outside Einar Gossel. I think that was the name of the dwarf who was selling the books. Einar Gossel's house, and they actually asked us to take part in a long-term research, and where I had to drink a potion. I think I was not interested. I chose that I'm not interested. Okay, I get it. When encountering the alchemist again in Act 3, Geralt says his tongue feels hairy whenever he drinks vodka. So if I chose to drink that potion, then my tongue would be hairy or might feel hairy. Okay, thank goodness I didn't do that. Appears to just add a critical effects mutagen to your inventory that you can use after unlocking a mutagen slot, or you can sell it if you wish to use a different or greater mutagen. Okay, that's good. That's a minor decision. Malena. Now, if you don't know this, there was a girl, elven girl, Malena. After examining the cave, you can either accuse her for working for the squirrels or go to see what she wants to show you, or you can pretend you do not know about her work for the squirrels. Okay, now, you might remember that in Vizima, I mean, sorry, not Vizima, in Flotsam, in Lobenden area, the Temerian guards actually caught an elven girl, goes by the name Melena. And she told us, I mean, she didn't told us, the Temerian soldiers were actually accusing her that she led a few of the Temerian soldiers into a squirtle trap. And she was saying that I'm not the one who did that, you are wrongly accusing me. So then we literally went inside the tunnel where the tunnel was filled with neckers, and we found the guards. We found the guards laid dead, and they were actually hit by not neckers, but they were actually hit by squirtle arrows. So that means that sorry. So that means that the Temerian soldiers was attacked by the squirrels, and she might have led them into the trap. So there was a choice that either I can accuse her. There is a three choices. Either I can accuse her completely, or I can accuse her and say that I don't know anything about that. Or the third thing, I took her side, I covered for her. Let's see. If you accuse her, she is taken to Loridos for trial and presumably executed. Note, this also happens if you do not accept the quest at all. So that is a general decision that I took. Even if I didn't take the quest, that would have been the outcome. If you accuse her, but then agree to go with her to see evidence of her innocence, yeah, she told us that she is actually going to show us something. You and the soldiers are ambushed by the Squirtle. So she was working with Squirtle. My decision was correct. She was working with Squirtle. She cannot run away. So she is taken to Loridos for trial and execution. If you cover for her, she lures you alone into an Squirtle ambush. So if I'm the only one who is covering her, and she said that thank you or something, she might definitely say something like that, and she lured me into a Squirtle ambush that has got half dozen elves. She runs away, but you can find her later and decide whether she is to be taken to Laredo, die by your hand, or let her go, or let her run away. Okay. Future consequences of these choices are unknown. She does not appear again in The Witcher 2. So either she so when I get attacked by those half dozen elves and when I kill all of them, she's just going to run away and I can find her once again. But when I find her, so it's my job. What I can do? Either I can go her, make her. I mean, either I can take her to Laredo, or either I can kill her myself, or I can just let her go. So this is the Malena quest. This is also a side quest. Bath with Triss. I think this is what. Yeah, go searching for the rules of remembrance alone or with Triss. So you might remember that in the barge, I think what no, it's not the barge. What do you call it? The prison barge. The ship that was in the port that was actually a prison where they caught and where they caught a elven square tail member. I forgot the name of that guy. He was Eorweth's cousin, I think. No, I forgot the name of that guy. And we interrogated him, and he told us that Letho can be found, or he told us something about Rose of Remembrance. Rose of Remembrance is basically a rose because with which someone's memories can come back. So we had the choice that we can either go searching for the Rose of Remembrance alone or with Triss. So I decided that we are going to go with Triss. So if you decide to go together, you will have an opportunity for romance in the ruined elven baths. Yeah. To initiate the cutscene, choose the you need a bard dialogue option when it is given to you. Yeah, that was the thing I chose. Although I blurred out a lot of that part. After the romance scene, you can use art on the wall and enter the secret room and open a chest. Wow, that didn't. I think that might have gone out of my. I don't remember I opening a chest. There might be a chest, or you might be talking about the chest that was behind those two pillars. I actually opened that. I think I got a book of Wild Hunt. If you decided to go together but reject her in the Elven Baths, you can cast art on the stone wall. Then you will gain the resistance to magic ability. The secret room is also accessible after the fight scene, after the scene with Triss, but it will not contain the resistance to magic ability. I think you're talking about that wall in which I and Letho just bash in. Letho just, throw me through the wall when Letho just comes up and we fight in those Elven bath ruins. That might be the one. Troll Trouble, and this is a DLC. See, you might remember in the final episode, I was telling you guys that there is no such thing as specific DLCs. All the DLCs, all the stories, characters that are exclusive to the enhanced edition, they have added up in the main storyline. There is no specific tab or specific DLC, like it is like completely different. No, it is incorporated, included in the storyline, such as this Troll Trouble. Troll Trouble DLC, it is a DLC that we actually saw, and I had a specific episode for this. Kill the troll or help him find out who killed his wife. Yeah, this is a very short DLC. Troll Trouble was the mission's name. So you might remember there was a troll whose job is to actually make a bridge and collect the toll. Now he collects the toll in liquor. His wife, that is the female troll, got killed by someone, and because of that, even trolls has got emotions in them. So that was a really big shock for him, and he just started drinking too much, and he was completely out of his mind. So we told him that I'm going to help you. Yeah, and we found who killed his wife, and we killed that person as well. If you kill him, you can now. This is if I kill the troll. If you kill him, you can loot him, and Louis must give you the contract reward. Yeah, that is a pretty straightforward approach to this question. If you help him instead, you will receive the key to the bandit hideout, which contains loot, yet nothing spectacular. Okay. Killing him or letting him live is an objective of a Steam achievement. Also an objective. Yeah, there is a Steam achievement that you can either save all the trolls. In the entire game, I think you face 3 trolls. You encounter 3 trolls. One is in this DLC and two is normal in the story mode. So if you decide to save all the trolls, like you don't fight them, you don't kill them, that the achievement is different. If you kill all the 3 trolls, the achievement is different. I got the achievement to save all the trolls, like let all the trolls live, you spare them. There is an option to help him first but kill him in the end, thus removing the majority of both rewards. Yeah, we also got that option when I actually talked to him after we completed the quest. There was an option that I changed my mind, you have to die. So that is also an option given. Also, although I didn't do that, I didn't just kill him. Eorweth's sword. Now this is actually a major choice, as you can see over here. Now Eorweth's sword, let me tell you. Now this is actually a major choice. Basically what happened when we were what do you call that, when we were investigating, when we were interrogating the the Square Child member who was there in the prison barge, he told us that Letho, who was previously working for Yorveth's unit, he is going to backstab Yorveth. He is going to double cross Yorveth. And when we told Yorveth about this, he didn't believe us. And of course, I'm not going to blame him. Why would he believe us? Well, we are actually going against his friend, so-called friend, because at that time he really thought that Leto is his friend. So we decided to lay a trap that Yorveth is going to masquerade as a prisoner, or not just a prisoner. We are just going to create a scene that Geralt has captured Yorveth, and now Geralt is actually transporting Yorveth to Letho, who is at the Elven ruins, where we can find Rose of Remembrance. Now, how Letho is going to react to that particular situation, Yorveth will understand that whether Letho is really his friend or he's just a backstabber, just using him. So when Yorveth realized that Letho was actually using him, some elven soldiers came over there and they were going to attack us. But Blue Stripes was also ambushed. When your meeting with Letho is ambushed by Blue Stripes, that's right. Vernon Roach came over there in time. Now that time I have got 2 choices. I can either give Yorveth's sword back to him or punch him in the throat instead. These are the 2 choices. So either I can give him his sword or punch him in the throat. So I decided what I'm going to do. I am going to punch him in the throat. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm literally drinking water, man. Talking this much while I just completed one recording. Alright. Okay. I decided that I am actually going to punch Yorveth in his throat. And I'm going to help Vernon Roach. So this one. If you punch him in the throat, he will be overtaken by Rhodesman and captured. If you join the squirrels later, he will obviously not be present. Lorido proclaims a holiday on the occasion and you are given a big credit for capturing the archenemy. Jirai survives, but Margot commits suicide in order to escape punishment for being Yorveth's informant. In a cutscene, you will see Triss talking to Deathmold. When searching for Cedric, you will be attacked by a group of elves. Now, let me tell you this. Basically, what happened? Iorveth got punched in his throat, and Roach's men they took him, they captured him, they arrested him. Bernard Loredo was very happy that he decided that it is going to be a holiday on that day. And you might remember that when we were looking for Triss Marigold, we went into that room where Diray was actually over there, and she told us everything that what she and Margot heard that was happening in the next room when Triss Marigold was using the megascope of Sheila Transable to talk to Deathmold. But Margot, Diray survives, but Margot commits suicide. Margot commits suicide because she was actually Iorveth's informant. She was a spy working for Iorveth, and she was scared that she will be punished when Iorveth got arrested, that he's going to just spill the beans that Margot was the one who was giving uh, informant. I mean knowledge. I mean knowledge kind of you can say information to Iorveth. So that is why she just committed suicide. When searching for Cedric, you will be attacked by a group of elves. But even after choosing this decision, you can see the note over here. This choice has no practical effect on the later crossroads decision. So that means that if I in that one I punch him in the throat, right? I punch him in the throat, still I can choose Iorveth's path. It has got nothing to do with Iorveth's path. No, not at all. So, okay, so if I just punch him in the throat, it's not going to do effect my choice. It's not just going to limit me to Ruth's path. No, that's not the thing. There is a dwarf near the Vergen's marketplace marked by a blue dot on the map, Iorveth's path, whose behavior towards Geralt changes according to this choice. But it needs further clarification, okay. If you give him the sword, okay, let's see what happened. If you give him the sword, he escapes the ambush and can be later found amongst the squirrels. Using the struggles between the elves and the bluestraps as an accuse, Loredo starts a pogrom in Flotsam, resulting in a big fire as some of the non-humans defend themselves. Many non-humans are killed, including the whole Jirai. Madame Marcos survives. In a cutscene, you will see Triss talking to Philip Eilhart. Philip Eilhart, okay. So there is some major change. Iorveth survives the ambush, and when he survives the ambush, Loredo uses it as an excuse. And he literally starts a pogrom in Flotsam. Just like in Lochmuin, where all the sorceresses were killed, he starts a pogrom in Flotsam, and all the non humans, just soldiers, are just going to blindly attack and kill non humans. And Madame Margot survives this time, but Diray dies, unfortunately. So one of them is going to die anyway. In a cutscene, you will see Triss talking to Philippa Eilhart instead of talking to Deathmold. If you give him the sword, Iorveth will actually treat Geralt as a friend if his path is chosen. Otherwise, then he might always have that, that one eye that Geralt might backstab him. Okay, might double cross him. This choice has no practical effect. The game, however, can be sometimes inconsistent if you do not choose the matching options. Give the sword to Iorveth and side with Squirtle, or punch him and side with Roach respectively. This is a known bug. Example, on Iorveth's path in Vergen, Geralt states he knows Triss had a conversation with Philippa, although your choice led to Triss' conversation with Deathmold. Oh, okay. So there is a bug, okay. At the crossroads. Now this is a major choice of The Witcher 2. Or this is only for your Westphal, okay. Now this is a major choice. Keep this in mind, guys, that this is a very big choice and this is going to literally change your entire Witcher 2 experience. If you take Iorveth's path, siding with the Squirtle will ultimately lead to the so-called Iorveth's path. You will mount an attack on the prison barge so that the prisoners are not transported to Drakenborg. If you gave Iorveth his sword so he escaped capture, you can use a diversion to avoid killing most of the guards. After the assault, you sail off with Iorveth to Vergen. See? Not Kedvenicam, but Vergen. In the long run, this gives Iorveth the chance to prove his good side and to find a new place in the world for him and his Squirtle. This path allows Geralt to romance with Mortal, Cynthia, and the Succubus. Succubus. Okay. See, Succubus, Cynthia, Mortal, all these guys are restricted to Vergan path. You don't meet them. Cynthia was actually, I think, Nilfgaardian sorceress. I will off camera definitely play Yorweth's path. Or should I play Yorweth's path, man? I don't know. I'm in a dilemma right now. We will think about it. I will have a proper thinking. We will see to that. Not right now. Siding with the blue stripes will ultimately lead to the so-called Roach's path. Roach's path is the one path we took. Roach tells you Loredo is a traitor, yeah, that's normal, and you mount an attack against his compound, killing him and finding Moral. After the assault, you leave her son with Seherim. See, I was actually looking for the name. Seherim was the name of the elf. No. I'm mixing everything, man. What was the name of the elf? I'm forgetting the name of the elf. Seherim is the name of the elf who was there with Cedric. It was not the elf who was there with Yorveth. So yeah, I just mixed it up. I apologize for that. After the assault, you leave or serve with Saharim in Lobinton and sail off with Roche to the Kedveni military camp. Yeah, this time we are in the Kedveni military camp near Vergan. When you pick a side, it is inevitable that Prince Tennis later dies in the Wraith's midst. This path also allows Geralt to romance West. Yeah, so I had that pleasure. Now this is Yorweth first choice, so there's no use to look into that one. Chapter 2, the Succubus, which is Yorweth's path. We're not going to look at that. Or Roach's path has got only one decision. Let Roach kill King Hansel or stop him. So in this choice, you might remember in Vergan when Hansel actually attacked Vergan, and we met Hansel in a hut, and Roach also was there. Roach also came, so there was a choice where we can let Roach kill King Hansel or we can just stop him. So I let Roach kill King Hansel. Killing King Hansel in Act 3, Hansel's body will be in Deathmold's chamber, and a Kedvenian representative will be at the meeting. Kedwen will also fall into chaos, just like Edern and what was the name? Temeria. Sorry, Temeria. Kedwen is also going to fall into chaos. If you stop Roach from killing King Hansel, he will take control over Edern. Okay. He will take control over entire Eldian or I think Lormark. Chapter 3, Captured or Break in Yorweth's Path. Triss or Saskia, Yorweth's Path. Triss or Temeria, Roth's Path. The Flawed Diamond and Epilogue. Okay. Roth's Path. Will you go with Roach to save Anais or alone to save Triss? Now we have got a choice over here. The choice was either we can go with Vernon Roach or we can go to save Triss. Now in this point I actually chose to help Roach. The reason behind this is because I thought that Triss Marigold can save herself. Yeah, she couldn't do that actually. Lether was the one who saved her. But still, I was actually more concerned about Vernon Roach. So let's see. If you choose to help Roach, he will attack the Kedveni camp where he killed Deathmold and save Anais. Yeah, that's happened. She is by law the heiress of Temeria and you must make a decision affecting her future. The Nilfgaardians will bring Letho to the deliberations and accuse the sorceresses of the regicides, thus ruining the ruler's faith in the council and the conclave, and a witch hunt for all mages begins. Letho rescues Triss who will be with him when he meet during the epilogue. Yeah, we saw that. Now, there was another decision within this decision. Will you hand Anais to Radovid and the Redarians or John Artalis and the Temeria? This was two decisions that we had, and I actually told Vernon Roach that you should actually hand over Anais to John Artalis and Temerians. Now the reason behind this is actually pretty simple. The reason behind this is actually John Natalis and Temerians, I trust them. They are Temeria, and John Natalis I trust because he is righteous. I don't trust Radovid because he's a diplomatic person. One opportunity he will get and he will literally take over entire Temeria, so that is possible. So I will not let Roche do that. If you hand her to Radovid, it is revealed at the end that Temeria was not divided but became a protectorate of Britannia. If he decided to give her to John Natalis, once you leave Deathmold's chamber, you will have to fight Knights of the Flaming Rose. Yeah, that's normal. If you spade Siegfried in Witcher 1, the Knights will let you go. Thanks to Anais who will become queen one day, Temeria remains independent. Temeria is still independent. I spared Siegfried in the Witcher 1 game But the reason that it didn't showed me, he didn't came in The Witcher 2 is because I chose neutral path. I still think I spared him. I remember. I says I don't know, but I think I chose the Order of the Flaming. I didn't choose the order path. I chose neutral path. Because of that, maybe happened. I don't know. If you choose Trace instead, he will be given an opportunity to unleash hell in the Nilfgaardian quarter and free her from the prison. You and Trace go to the summit. Trace accuses Sheila de Chanceville of the regicide, but the council and conclave are re-established. Roach, who rescued Anais on his own, is declared an outlaw. Oh, Roach survives. Okay. Roach, who rescued Anais on his own, is declared an outlaw, and you will help him later against the brigands. Anais' future looks less bright this way. If Henselt is dead, Temeria will be torn apart by rivaling Temerian nobles, instead of divided by the united force of Kedwin and Redania. Also, if Henselt survives and I choose to save Trace instead, then Kedwin and Redania are actually going to divide Temeria. Okay. The flawed diamond, yeah. Remove the flawed diamond from Sheila de Chanceville's megascope or leave it in place. Yeah, that was the two options. I chose that I'm not going to remove it. Sheila de Chanceville deserved to die. There are some different lines of dialogue referring to this decision during Geralt's final conversation with Leto. Leto will praise Geralt for letting her die because it was a mercy compared to what the witch hunters would do to her. If Geralt saves Sheila, she tells him where might find Yennefer. Oh, she might find Yennefer as well. I mean, where she might find. I mean, where I might find Yennefer. But Leto will call Geralt heartless because Sheila will suffer greatly at the hands of the witch hunters. If the diamond is removed, Sheila escapes from Loch Muin after telling Geralt to go to Nilfgaard if he survives, where he will find Yennefer. I call this out as well. Maybe Nilfgaard, maybe Yennefer is still in Nilfgaard. She will also appear briefly in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, where Geralt will find her in the dungeons during the mission The Great Escape, suffering from abuse as Leather predicted, and will be mercifully killed by either Geralt or Yennefer. So this is the Witcher Wild Hunt spoiler. If the diamond is left in place, Sheila is torn to bits. Yeah, that's normal. Epilogue. Duel and kill Leto or let him live. Depending on your decision, there is a small change in dialogue, different journal entries, but that has got little concern. If he survives, sorry, if he survives, he makes an appearance in The Witcher Wild Hunt. Oh, okay, that's a big spoiler. But yeah, I killed him because he doesn't deserve to live. After all he did, he literally killed the entire northern world, northern kingdoms was actually bleeding because of him. Well, anyways, I think that will be it, guys. I was actually thinking about Yorweth's path, but guys, I'm keeping it now short and simple, very simple, simple and sweet. I'm not going to play Yorweth's path. I will play it. I think I will play it off camera, or I might not play it. I will just watch a playlist of other players, other gamers who might have played Yorweth's path. The reason behind this is very simple. Whenever you play a game and you choose one path and you stick to it, you don't take that much interest into another path. That actually gives a lot of value to your decisions that you do in the game. The more you are rigid towards your path, I mean, I would definitely love to see Yorweth's path as well, and I will see it definitely. But if I just do that all of a sudden, if I just start Yorweth's path on my Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings, like I continue the playlist now, since the review and rating video is definitely done, so it's not just going to work. No, it's not going to work. So that is my final option. I'm not going to play. I mean, I'm not going to go for Yorwith's path in my playlist. I'm not going to go for that. Roach's path is the path that we have taken. We are going to live with our choice. We are going to live with our decisions. And I'll see you guys in the Witcher Wild Hunt. So that's it for the decision checklist. They were not much because I actually used to call it out in The Witcher 2, the final episode as well, and possibly in The Witcher review and rating as well. That this game storyline is actually pretty short, but storyline is short. The reason behind this is they have gone for two alternative paths, and I respect them for doing this. They literally went for two alternative paths. That means that literally they went for, completely different experience. If someone goes for your West path, then their gameplay experience is going to be different. So they can tell, different stories. This is what gives life to games like this. So okay guys, that was it about the Witcher 2 decision checklist. Took me like 40 minutes to go through this. Yeah, it's 40 minutes video. That's it for this video guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. The Witcher 2 decision checklist is out. Now the review and rating video, if it is out by this episode, after this video, then the series is over. If not, then the review and rating video is still left. But that's it guys. Case closed. I'm not going to talk about The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings Enhanced Edition again. This game was very fun. I loved the storyline. I loved everything about this. Few bugs here and there, but that's okay. That's it guys. I will see you guys in The Witcher Wild Hunt. Thank you very much. And if you love this video, then you know the drill. Like this video if you love it. Share it with the friends and relatives. Show them that we are also doing these things as well, not just gameplay. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also make sure to press the notification bell icon so that you don't miss any of my future videos. That's it guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care everyone and bye bye.